We've all been there, haven't we? If you're in the field of genealogy, whether you're a hobbyist or it's your profession, we've all tripped over this problem with just how complicated it is to talk about ancestors who are multiple generations back. You can only say great, great, great so many times before you are twisting your tongue and your audience, whether they're reading or listening, are tuned out. If we really want to communicate, we have to find a better way. This video gives you my opinion about what the best way is to label ancestors. Hi, I'm Donna Baker from genealogists.com. I hit my tolerance, or maybe it's intolerance level, for this problem in 2016. I was a professional writer and editor in the history field, and I was used to using a style guide with solid rules. You always knew how you were supposed to use words. But as I got deep into genealogy after I finished my doctoral dissertation, and I began to hit on this, I was confused about all the different usages. It came to a head one night when I was watching a genealogy program, and it had three hosts that night, co-hosts, and they were all using different phrases themselves. One used great, 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 great. One used four times great. One used fourth great. And within a week, I had seen someone else who had a public platform in genealogy using this sort of cringeworthy expression, grandmother times four. So I wanted to find a way to get to the style that I could live with. But first of all, I needed to know if there was one. I was blogging at the time for an earlier version of what is my current website. And I began my search for answers in order to make a blog post. I thought I'll let other people benefit from the work I'm about to do because I knew that I needed, before I claimed anything as my standard, I needed to find out whether there actually was a standard somewhere out there. And I began to look all over the place. Now, the blog post that I'm talking about here, I put it in place in 2016. As of, I think, last night, it had more than 54,000 views. And I checked, and for recent months, it's usually around an average of 500 more people showing up every month, though it's been 9 years, showing up at this blog post looking for answers. So clearly, we have a true pain point in the genealogy field here. But the question, did we have a style? Before I was going to put this out there back then, I needed to know maybe there is a style. Maybe everybody's just violating a style that exists somewhere. And I began my search. I searched the web first, and of course, I found all over the place the ways people were using this. I searched genealogy publications. Usually, a publication is going to be consistent. But I found that not only were genealogy publications from the same organization not using the same rules, some publications within the same publication and the same issue of that publication had multiple different variations of the usages here as well. So I knew we had really a fundamental problem. Now, I consulted what was the Bible in the history field, the Chicago Manual of Style. It's also considered one of the most important things to consult in the genealogy field if you are looking for, wording styles. It gave me, guidance about hyphenation, but it didn't tell me what to do about this incredible problem of having to trip over saying the same word 7 times to indicate a particular level of your ancestral generations. I then surveyed my readership. At that time, I had several thousand, and I sent a survey out to them asking, what do you consider the right terminology, or what is your preferred terminology? And then last, I asked the faculty who taught me at IGHR, the Institute for Genealogy and Historical Research, an incredible organization. The people that come there are top notch in the field. I thought, okay, if there is something that is already standard in place, these guys are going to know about it. But one by one, they came back with I don't know of a style, but this is what I do. So once again, we were back to individual preferences. So we had no style. That I could say that with authority. It was the only thing I could say with authority. But what came back in asking people these questions was that there was a clear preference. There was one that others preferred. Lucky for me, it was the one I preferred, though I don't think I led people down the path toward what I wanted. I liked the ordinal fourth great grandmother, sixth great grandfather, that kind of thing. And, looking at the Chicago Manual of Style, they have to be hyphenated. The abbreviation that seemed most preferred, and if there was anything close to a standard, was to use 4GGM for fourth great grandmother. Well, this I could live with, and I made it my style. Now, what that gave me was peace of mind. It gave me permission not to ever again have to go looking for what other people believed to be true, or to see if there was a standard, or to see if I was going to get in trouble if I used it this way, or to see if people were going to think I was less educated in the field if I used a particular style. This gave me what I needed, and I don't have to waste another minute on it. So, what can you do? What does this do for you? My hope above anything as you listen to this is that you commit to your style. Now, your style might not be my style. It would be best for all of us, quite honestly, if we all agreed on a single style. And I think, given that 54,000 people have read my post, there's a good chance that if I did a survey again today, I would find that the numbers had skewed way further down for the ordinal fourth great grandmother idea. But if you don't like it, if you want another one, you can choose yours, because there's still nothing that you would call a rule for the field. But if you will commit to a style, write it down and memorize what your style is, and never again look back at it, because that is a huge waste of time. But ask yourself, as you commit to a style, what is the best way to communicate to people? Of the options, what is going to work best for my reader? Now, I would also encourage you in the comments to tell me about how this particular pain point has worked in your life, but also, are there others? This actually came up this week. The reason I'm doing this video is that one of the people on my mailing list had emailed me this week and asked, how should I write second cousin first removed? Well, I hadn't really thought about that, to be honest. And I haven't yet come up with an answer, because, once again, I want to hear what you have to say about that. So in the comments, tell me how you would write in a formal publication. If you were trying to publish for a magazine or something, what would you do with the phrase second cousin first removed? And then lastly, in the comments, if there are other things you're tripping over in the field, things that you see people doing all kinds of ways, and you want to know what's the best, what's the right way, please put that in the comments, because it might trigger future videos like this where we can get together on what seems best for the industry. All right, and then lastly, please like and subscribe. I know that this is good for me if you do it, so it's self-serving. But with 500 more people every month looking for this answer and finding it in my blog post, I wonder how many are wondering and don't even know my blog post exists. If you will like and subscribe, then YouTube will do the rest. It will begin to put it in front of more people who are like you. So it knows you love genealogy. It knows you're attracted to videos that are related to this field. Then it will begin to put this in front of people who need to see it. So please do that for me. And I look forward to seeing you next time. I hope this was helpful.